Hey, Thak is back. Thak from Thak Ironworks here, and we are today going to be making a Viking head, or you could call it wizard head, a gnome, I don't know. I haven't done one of these in probably 20-25 years, so I'm going to be kind of fumbling around in the dark for a little bit. I decided I would try working this one much like my skull, in that I'm going to do the back of the skull sort of cranium and start from there. So not sure how this is going to go. Let's get into it and see what happens. Step one, we are bending about 3/4 over the back, straight down on a 90, and then I'm going to roll it back on itself to the side here so you can see what's happening. So I'm kind of doing a jelly roll here and bringing this back to create the back of the cranium. So right now I'm just doing it the same way I make a skull, and that is why we're actually doing this video, because our skull video was wildly popular and people are interested in sculptural blacksmithing. So let's see if I can provide some more interesting visuals for you on this one. Just round these things out here. Okay, so that is the back of the head. That's our starting point there. I just want to get another heat here and drop in the brow. I want to have a very pronounced brow on this one. So I'll get another heat on there. I'm going to be using my set hammer for this procedure. My set hammer, if you can see, I'm not sure if you're seeing from this angle, but it's got a angled face on it. Basically, the idea in it is that my leading edge there cuts in and creates a sharp transition. So that's what I'm going to be using there, just to create a brow ridge. Unfortunately, the way my angle is, I've got to hold this in the most awkward fashion possible, which is pretty cool. Okay, I'm putting it into the vise now. Everything's going to occur here. And I'm using a bird's eye punch to create the eye. And as I got thinking about this, I thought, since I'm doing a Viking head, wouldn't it be cool if I did Odin, or Woden, or whatever you want to call the guy, the Allfather, who had one eye, was, I think it was eaten by a raven or something like that, but he's a one-eyed guy. So I decided I wanted to do a gaping eye socket on one side and a typical eyeball on the other, just to make things interesting. So I lost all my heat already. I'm going to have to do another heat to get that. Okay. Good. Now, I want to bring the brow down. I'm coming in with a hot chisel well above where I want that brow to be. I also want to make this guy angry. So I'm just putting some very frowny brows on there. And I also want to take the roundness of the eyes and flatten that out. So I've got those brows there. I need to come in with a small chisel. Take the eyebrows. So I want to do some crazy old geezer eyebrows. Now I'm going to come in with my flattening tool here to sculpt a little bit. So basically just pushing back material. By the way, Odin is going to be bald for this particular rendition. Hope he's okay with that. So I'm right down into the black coldness now. This steel is probably under 1,000 degrees, I'm sure it is. But you can still do a fair bit of sculpture with that cold heat there. Keep in mind, I am just spitballing here, so I'm just not really sure where I'm at. Okay, so I think that's fairly cool. Okay, so the eyes are looking pretty good, but I just going to mess around with it a little bit more and just see if I can't get a little bit more expression or personality on here. I'm not sure if it's going to work or not. I'm just wildly experimenting, and I have to admit, I love this shit. This is what I live for, is to just play around with stuff like this and see what happens. But oftentimes I'll be pushing it and then I'll end up wrecking something that was perfectly good. But I have to push the envelope. It's the only way I discover new things. All right. I think that's not bad. Pretty good. Just take a hot chisel before I go on to the next one and just define my nose. Okay, get some more heat on there. That's looking pretty cool. It's probably too hot for the camera to see right now, but I just want to continue dropping the nose in there. And then I want to go low, so I go straight in, and then start going in at a 45 and pushing up. Push that nose up. Now, I need to push the cheeks down. Since this guy's a Nordic type, I want to have high cheekbones. To do that, tricky. Nostrils. And mustache. There, I said it. So starting low on an angle. and cutting up. I'm right down in the black heat, but I can do chisel in the actual mustachio with it pretty much dead cold. When I do sculpture, I like it to have life or expression, and I always try to put dramatic tension into it. I just think it's much more interesting than just a static shape or form of something. You can make something that looks like a face, but to actually put personality in, that just takes it to a different level. I just think it makes it more interesting for people, captures the viewer, pulls them into, you know, what you're trying to do. So if you'll take a look at all my sculptural work, it's something that I really try to put that sense of movement, sense of expression, something that just gives a little oomph. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Okay, we are in the home stretch here. I just want to get a lower lip on this guy now. So once again, I'm starting low, go straight in, and then I am going to come in at an angle and push that lower lip up. I want a petulant look on this guy. I'm just trying to get just the point of the upper lip showing here, just for fun. My pinky is on fire, and this is extremely uncomfortable, but I don't want to stop. My glove out. You got to make sure that the cotton is totally out. Love cotton as far as an insulator, but it does start on fire. And don't tell me about Kevlar gloves. I've tried them, don't like them. Sticking with cotton. Thanks. Lost my definition on the eyebrows. A lot of scaling, and so I'm basically recutting them in there to get a little more definition back on there. All right, I might be fussing a little bit too much now. I'm just gonna throw a beard on the bottom. I don't know if that's really necessary. Okay, I've got it up in the vise a little higher here so I can get in and just do the beard. This is the final step here. And this video is going to be a little long, I think, so I'm just gonna do my outro now. So hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, comments below, let us know what you'd like to see in the future. I don't know what else I need to say here. Anyway, I'm just gonna do a couple of little dings in here. I'm losing interest, so my beard is probably gonna be the worst part of this. I think this will probably end up being the handle on some sort of fire tool or something like that. So I'm just going to have the beard blend back into a bar. So I'm just having it kind of fade into nothingness here. Something like that. You get the idea. Looks really cool when you shine it up here. We got some highlights there. Hopefully the camera picks that up. So there you go. I'm pretty happy with that. I think it turned out pretty well. I should probably do a bunch more to get the proportions. This is stretched out very caricature-like, but I think it really has a cool sort of presence. So there you go. That's it. See ya. Bye. Bye.